Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Into the Garden. Today's video is something slightly different. If you're following on from my last video regarding the bamboo, you may have an idea kind of what we're speaking about, if you saw the, of course, title and thumbnail on this one. Basically, very briefly, the tree fern I have planted over here, it's been in the ground for about 18 months now, I would say. Now, this is a 1-foot trunk tree fern. But one thing that's interesting now, from the last video, again, the bamboo that is right next to it, I have discovered, is coming up right from the ground down there, right next to the tree fern. So last thing I want to happen here is for one of the bamboo canes or shoots to go through the tree fern. You know, essentially could kill it if it does get up towards the growing point up at the top here. You can see we've got lovely new fronds coming out on this one of the latest ones to come out. But my theory is, because it's had sort of the green sort of all year, it's still kind of photosynthesizing, getting a lot of its energy from its old fronds still, so the kind of need to put out new fronds a little less than, say, perhaps the new tree ferns here, which again, you know, these are the first fronds it will have had since it's come into this country, you know, so it's kind of desperate to get them out, start getting its nutrients back again. But yes, this one's been in the ground, as I say, here for probably 18 months. Now, just to show you guys, obviously we all know sort of dicksonia Antarctica grow very slow and everything else. But what's interesting is almost like a nebari technique they use in Japan. I did lift the trunk, so you can see this is the base of the trunk where it was planted, right? Now, as you can see here, interestingly, roots are going all the way down, and I've gained, I would say, somewhere in the order of about 1 foot of trunk in a year under the ground. Now, potentially, I mean, if, say, for example, the bamboo wasn't there or anything else, I could theoretically remove the rocks and just almost have a kind of unique kind of base trunk here on this one, you know, and have gained an extra foot of height. Just in 18 months. So interesting way of potentially doing it. And again, you know, it will be interesting if I can once again remove this. I have tried pulling this out because I need to sort out the bamboo underneath it and kind of reset that in, but I'm actually struggling to get this out at the moment. Here is put roots way down. So interesting to see, guys, the kind of underground root system on the tree ferns. Of course, once it gets its kind of feet in the ground, it really likes to put some roots out. It's an interesting way of gaining height, I guess, on a tree fern. The only negative side, of course, with you know, sitting your tree fern, say, high up and, you know, building it up off the ground is, of course, water. That will potentially dry out a lot quicker and take longer for it to get its roots in the ground. But just to let you know as well, when this was planted, it was simply soil underneath these rocks. You can see the rocks here, and the rocks basically formed almost like a circle around it with soil in the center. So I lifted it up about 8 to 10 inches to get the extra height on this, as they do grow so slow from the top. But interestingly, as you see, yeah, we've got an extra foot of trunk now down here. So I'm going to try and wrestle this out, and again, we're going to get through the bamboo here and put a really strong border. I was going to move this tree fern potentially to another area of the garden, but in reality, I mean, it's proven it's very happy here. It's the only one that kept all of its fronds over winter, growing really well. It's got the overhead protection from the bamboos and the trees, so I think this is really, you know, it's happy spot. So what I'm going to do though is just get that sort of out of the ground, and we'll just show you what it kind of looks like. So you can see here now, I have got the tree fern out, and again, as you can see down here, that's put on, here's where it was planted, and you can see we've gained another 8 to 10 inches of root. Now you can see all of this is solid root mass, very similar to the trunk. You know, you'd be mistaken to think that that didn't come like that, or you wouldn't be mistaken to think it didn't come like that. But yeah, as you can see now, you know, it's put on a reasonable amount of size, considering it's only been in the ground for that long. So interesting to kind of know that, and again, kind of to work on and see how the health of this goes as it does grow. But what I think I'm going to do, again, and be a bit cheeky, gain a bit more height on this one, is to plant it somewhere around this height down here, so I can gain an extra sort of 6 inches of trunk straight away on that one. And we'll put some rock around it just to make it look all right. But again, this is interesting to see, guys, that the tree fern has put out so much extra root and potentially height as well. Now, just looking in the hole where this has come from, and of course, I think I have made the right decision. The tree fern was planted. This one had actually started to come up through the tree fern at the base. Down here, we've got all these bamboo roots coming out, so it was fully rooting underneath the tree fern here, which again, would have caused some issues moving forward. So we're going to get that all dug out and sort of put back in, but of course, we're going to get all the bamboo out as well. Alright, so you can just see here now all of this bamboo mess on the ground that was growing underneath the tree fern. I have put it back in. We've gained another sort of 6 inches of height on this one. One thing I have done is to ensure that the orientation to the sun stays the same whenever you do move tree ferns. If you can do that, it should stop sort of the new fronds from coming out and twisting. That's one thing you may see from some of the smaller plants that are potted. When they get moved around the shop, they sort of come out with these funky curly ones as they try and fix themselves to the light here. But yeah, just to show you, that is back in now. I have lined underneath of the tree fern and then backfilled it with a lot of sort of compost and soil just to give it a nice sort of base to start with. I will be watering this in bit more extra than the other ones, probably twice a day on this one for now while it has been sort of uplifted and moved. But as you can see here, it's gone back in. I'm quite happy with the placement, keeping it where it was, and yeah, just interesting to see how much root it actually put on in the space of about sort of 18 months to a year. So with that said, of course, if you have not checked out friends of the channel, there will be a link in the comments section below. If you have had any similar experiences with tree ferns or problems with bamboo encroaching on other plants, love to hear about that as well. Of course, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.